Hi, Desi. Hey there. How are you today?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm good.
Okay, so let me see if we
Yeah. Thank you, my dear.
I'm just going to lay it on top there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Are we rolling?
We are.
Okay, it's 9 o'clock. We'll call the meeting to order and have roll call, please.
Bobbitt, she's absent due to being grounded. Their flight was grounded, so unable to
Get back from Thanksgiving.
Okay.
How's that?
Okay.
Okay. Ronk is here.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Ronk and Hess.
Yes, here.
Let's bow our heads, please. Our dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for all the many blessings. We thank you for all of us returning safely back to work from Thanksgiving weekend, being with friends and family. We ask that you guide, guard, and direct us as we go through our agenda today. Help us to make the right decisions that is pleasing to you and to help the County of Grant. We ask that you be with our employees in this weather. Ask that you keep them safe and warm and return them back home safely to their families. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Max, would you lead us in the pledge salute, please?
Yes, salute.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I acknowledge that the agenda was properly posted in accordance to the Open Meeting Act.
Okay, thank you. Item 5, consider an act on approval of minutes for November 19th regular meeting.
And Cindy did send me her corrections,
Okay.
and so
Okay.
they were mainly down in the discussion of the grant. The changes were, I had Mike Patterson as and she said he's the ODOT director.
Okay.
So it was just kind of those kind of things.
Okay.
Cindy, I hate to say this, but
That's okay.
down here in my comments,
Mm-hmm.
it says Hess reported that the legislators want to change, and that's not the legislators, that's the, well, wait a minute. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna say, I don't know whether it's, leave it like that. That'll be fine.
Well, I mean, I can change it up. It's no problem.
No, that'll be okay because it's the powers to be that is talking about changing that. But it's thank you very much. It's them that
Ultimately have the decision.
Yes, it is.
But, I mean, if you want it worded differently, it's no problem. I can go change it.
No. And the next sentence after that, Hess commenting Cummins Construction Grant may have a computer part needed for the District 1 and its CMI machine.
Okay.
Instead of
Well, so I'm going to go change that. So
Okay.
if you want me to change anything up on that other, I had so darn, I was going back and forth and I was kind of like, I'm not really sure. And at that point, I'm like, they can just make whatever changes as I
Well, I think I would rather change that from legislators to administrators.
Okay. Well, I'll let you go finish reading. I'll buzz the committee to come in.
But and the thing about it, we can still
Yeah, you can
sign
still
it.
sign and then I can
Yes,
make
we
that
can.
change. That's true because it's on the page.
right.
And I promise I'll make the change.
Yeah.
Good morning.
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 Hi.
Hi, how are you, Max?
I need here, Pam, do you want to look at this as soon
Yeah,
as
I'd
we
like
got
to.
our figures?
Okay, I make a motion to approve the minutes and the change.
That's correct.
I second. Correct. Yeah. Hess moved. Ronk seconded to approve the minutes from the November 19th regular meeting as corrected. All in favor?
Bobbit absent, Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Item 6, comments from the public on the below agenda items. Seeing none, we will move to item 7 and go to letter A, transfer appropriations. Do
We
you have any
do.
transfers?
We do, and this is what I just had handed to Penny. It's on the Sheriff's Board of Prisoners, and we had set up, moved it down to the 1226 DL account number, and per the instructions of the auditor's office. With Sherry
Is that another copy of that?
Yes.
Oh, that's, okay.
Yeah,
it's the
here's
same.
copies.
Okay.
Here, yeah.
Thanks.
And so Penny had created a transfer, but then Alex and I were busy, and because of the way it is in the clerk's office, it has to be split out, kind of like the sub-accounts. And the figure Penny that you have has, like, we still had some, there's outstanding warrants in the reserve and all of that. So that's how we arrived at the figure, and we were able to balance back to your figure on the 21,000, or where was it at the?
513.
694, 38.
Yeah, 21,694.18.
Yeah.
And on this little sheet here, this second sheet here shows where we arrived at that figure.
It's the first time I've seen any of those figures, so kind of at a disadvantage to not be able to have them prior to. But here's the only question that I would have on that is the reserves. Because if you don't move the reserves, are you going to be able to, because what we're doing is we're closing an account.
But if it's already been encumbered
Okay,
on
I'm not going to fight
existing-
about it.
Well, I'm just
but
asking.
I'm saying to
though,
you
if it's
that
in-
if you're going to do the sub accounts, that you probably need to call the auditors and find out what to do with those reserves, because we knew this was coming down the pike. Like November 1st is when this legislation went into effect, and we need to know what to do on those reserves. Whether you can still pay it out of an account that is closed, or if you will need to move that also and create a reserve account for the new.
But I know maybe we just need to hold off, and then you and I can discuss it more.
No, I don't think we should hold off. We've already held
Okay,
it off.
well, then,
Too late.
From my background, the way it needs to be handled, you can laugh all you want, Penny, but
No,
I've had 30
I'm
years
just-
with a financial institution. You're
And
like the
this
bank, and
is-
we're like the register.
And this is what's in the bank. And so what
Right.
I'm trying to tell you is whether you've had 30
But
years
how can you-
experience or not,
but our
county
system-
government does something
You know,
totally
I
different.
get that, but what I'm saying is that your system is way different than what's in the county clerk's
You are
office.
correct. And I am aware of your system.
Not
I
completely.
realize.
You don't
And
understand
neither
our
are you.
system, and I don't completely understand your
I
system,
understand
which
that.
makes no sense to me why they would have
Okay,
two
but
offices and
what
not
I'm
have them
asking,
mirroring each
what
other.
I'm asking the board to do, we haven't balanced, and you guys know that we haven't balanced since the beginning of the fiscal year and beyond. So I'm just asking
As other
that
counties do not either, because it's virtually impossible to do.
it
Because
is not impossible.
Because you print out something and it's right there, Penny, but
It is
it's
not
like,
impossible,
it's
and it
not
is being
impossible.
done, and the auditors are looking at it, and they're wanting it done, so it has to be done. Anyway, the only thing that I'm asking for is that reserve be requested. What should we do with that 1718 reserve? Should that reserve be in the mix of the new, or should it be left behind with the old number? because
And with everything else that's always been on my understanding,
You can't
and
move.
you leave it there until the next
well,
fiscal year,
and
correct?
that's what we want that's what I would like to have clarification on, because I don't want Scott to have to see what she would be doing is moving 19,000 rather than the 20,000, because I did take into consideration the outstanding warrants that we have. Obviously,
It's not
those are
19,
going
it's
to be
15. It's 15,000 because there's
I mean,
3,000 and
we
something.
can't- We can't do anything with it, can we?
You have to leave it there because those warrants are all going to come in and hit on that account. And so if that account is closed, that's going to reject that warrant. It's
the
not gonna know
warrants are, but the reserves don't have any warrants against them at this point. Correct?
Is this moving it into a reserve?
There's
account?
POs pending on them.
There's POs pending on them, but the warrants have not been written.
Right. But once a PO's written, Kelpro or whoever will not let us move those to a new account per
If it's-
the auditor's
And
office.
it's like anything else, if it's been properly encumbered, yes,
And
it's
on that
subject to a
account,
warrant
it
going
has to
out.
stay on
And,
that account.
I mean, that's kind of what
That's what you
We
think.
had that question before.
it's kind of like, it's kind of like you and I with our personal accounts, we can only write checks for so much.
We just know when account is closed.
Right,
You can no longer write
Right.
checks on that account.
right, exactly, exactly. Well, you can, but it's not.
Well, I guess my question is how can you close an account until
Okay.
everything is cleared through
Well,
the account?
that's okay. This is where I'm cloudy on the deal. Why are we talking about this on a transfer deal? Are we transferring?
We are
from
closing.
Are we transferring from one account to another?
Yes.
We are closing the old account because legislatively they're doing away with the Sheriff's Board of Prisoners
Well,
Fund.
it looks to me like all we can transfer is what's in the 18-19
Unencumbered balance.
unencumbered
And that's what
balance.
these are. That's what these transfers that,
Well, legally, that's
which total
That's a-
15,000.
965.88.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks like that's the.
Because there's
the
no way
letter
that I
of the
can
law.
transfer the 20,000. It's not there to transfer. All I've got is the 50. And I see what you're saying with the money in the reserve, but I've asked that question before, and I've been basically told that once it's there until it's cleared off
That's
the
what I
books,
learned.
then it's there.
That's what I've learned too. So, and that will zero that account out for
That
for
on
18.
yes, there will be no
what-
available
what-
encumbered balance, encumberable balance.
Encumberable.
What's
That's the key word though.
Sheriff's Board of Prisoners account? Okay. There's 6,011.91 there.
And it's showing that off of this page, account summary. And then we did go back and balance the figure back to Penny's balance of 21,694.18. And this second little sheet shows how we got to that figure.
And that's, yeah, that's.
Well, again, I would have liked to have had a chance to look at these. I didn't get them until just now.
But you
so
weren't
I
here
didn't-
when I had it, I did it on,
When'd you do it?
maybe you were here, I don't know, it was crazy. I did it over the weekend, so nobody was here.
Okay, so what? That's the encumbrances, right?
Those are the outstanding POs. For 3,209.27.
And then
And
this,
then we have outstanding warrants of 806.80
okay.
and 130.09 from the previous year.
The 806.80 will probably get taken care of next week
Okay.
when the excise board comes. Looks to me like, right?
I mean, those are just
Those
outstanding
warrants,
warrants.
they're all-
These are warrants that have been mailed out, but they haven't
Yeah.
cashed them yet.
You're right. And then the same goes with that next page.
Yeah.
Looks to me like,
So if you take off of our account summary, for 1819, the unexpended was 19,175.15, and the unexpended on the next page of 1,582.14, and then add the unpaid warrants back in, because unexpended is outstanding POs and unencumbered balance. That's what those total. And so then if you take so that's what the first little column, and that's how we arrived to balance with Penny of 21,694.18. So that tells me we're in balance with her. So we show unencumbered of 15,965.88 with outstanding warrants of 3,209.27, which is the 19,175 unexpended.
And
So
these
all we
add
can
up.
transfer is the 15,965.88, and then we will check to see what the auditors say how we're supposed to handle that on the
Right.
ones that are outstanding.
Right, and that's what these add up to, is that 15. Okay.
Okay, but that won't close the account until
Well,
we find out the other, right?
Right.
It doesn't legally close it yet.
It
Yeah.
probably won't close it
It will
down.
close it. It will close it. Because if you move the money that's in the bank, it closes the account.
Well, but there's still, no, that's not correct. Because there's still
Because you,
6,000 in some,
If you
or
have,
4,000 in some, that's encumbered from last fiscal year that hasn't had a warrant tied to it yet.
okay, but if we have had, because we've had closed accounts last year because of the COA, chart of accounts.
Right.
When we wrote new warrants off of those new COA accounts, we used the new number.
that makes sense.
So
Well, it's
when
not-
we used the reserves and wrote those new warrants, they were off of the old account, but they had the new number on them, and they still were off of a new account and not the closed account.
There's no way that would work through our system, because if it's reserved on the old account and tries to come in and clear on the new account, then it's not going to close out the old account.
Okay, all right.
Because ours is broke down
Right.
hers is all in one fund, and ours is broke down further.
I feel comfortable doing this, what we're doing. Because this is fiscal year 18, 19 stuff.
Are we gonna feel comfortable not balancing? Because I won't send
I don't
you
feel
any more.
comfortable doing anything on 17, 18.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest
I
with you,
hear you,
I've tried to
but-
balance, and it's just, I don't know, I'll try to, we
But I
we
need
need to
some
balance. but I-
direction from the board, because the board has been asking me to send every month, and I've been doing that every month. But if it's redundant and unnecessary, then there's no reason for me to do it. I've been emailing them every month, and if we're not going to make that, if we're not going to try to balance and share documentation, then I'm not going to. Why would I do that? Does the board prefer that I quit doing that?
I still think we need to do that.
Why?
We've been years, and it's been brought up and to a point that it was pointed out that we wasn't in balance, and there was finger pointing and everything, and I want that all to end. I want us to work together,
Well,
But
if I'm balancing, but we're not balancing together, then how is this going to work? I don't understand that. If I'm sending you documentation and you documentation and I'm not getting anything back, how do I know we're balanced?
well, you need to be comparing and getting information both ways.
Well,
as to
and
why.
I'm going to take credit or take the responsibility of part of it, but I have worked hours and hours, and it's for some reason the way the systems are, and maybe I need to go down to Kelpro and have them sit down and say, show me how to get this to balance, because I pull it up, I've spent hours and hours. There's so much more to balancing it on our side than there is. I mean, I'm not saying that your side is easy, I'm just saying that there's about 5 different components that we have to go through to get to that figure, and it's not working when I pull those components in, which tells me I have to go back and search. Well, I search and search and search, and I'm not finding everything I need.
But Alex has balanced it.
No,
Has
Alex
she
has
helped-
fingered it. She has not really totally balanced it, proofing it back. She may put the figures in that need to be there, but we've never totally been in balance. It can be, you can put whatever figure in you want,
Okay,
but
this is my idea.
Right.
That's true, that's true.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that.
yeah,
We'll put it on
this
the
is-
agenda and talk about
yeah.
that in the future.
Okay.
That's all right with both parties.
Yeah.
We've got a transfer of $6,011.91 from his, and it says Sheriff's Board of Prisoners. That's what all the main account is. This one is out of rentals and leases. We've got full-time salaries, a transfer of $4688.75. We've got maintenance and operation in that same account for $4,779.25. We have capital outlay of $100 even, and we have travel of $385.97. I move to approve those following transfers.
Second.
Ronk moved, Hess seconded to approve those following transfers. All those in favor?
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
Bobbit absent.
Motion carried.
I make a motion to review purchase orders and travel claims.
I'll second that. Okay.
I think the stack's not very big. That helps 'em.
Yeah. Did we get you the signed minutes one back to you?
I think so. Yes.
Is that working?
It's delayed a
Is
few
it?
minutes.
Okay.
Hey, you're fast.
I don't know why that is.
Oh, I had two windows pulled up.
No, but I mean, if you go to the YouTube deal,
Oh, is it delayed?
Are you giving the key down over the
Yes, yes. I have a little thing for you on the side.
You what?
A little sign up sheet.
Okay.
what happened if I lose me?
Just let me know. I really don't know what we'll do about it.
I just wondered if that signature meant that I was, forced into 3 years of hard labor or something. If I lost the key or what?
3 lashes with a wet noodle.
You had to sing Boomer sooner.
I'll do the 3 years of hard labor.
Sign him up, I heard that. It's on tape.
You gonna go to Dallas, by the way?
Oh,
You ought to go.
I don't know whether I am or not. I'm thinking about it.
Jerry Jones needs your support.
Yeah, I does, right.
It's not delayed now.
I had another window open, so I had it open twice.
It's like, who am I?
I guess it delays on the second one. I don't know.
Month from yesterday's Christmas.
My kid went ahead and gave me my Christmas present, but then I had it charging, but they gave me an iWatch, an iPhone watch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Keeps telling me to breathe, to take deep breaths. It has a thing on there, and it tells you to stop and take a deep breath. Where the princes on it and everything. Crazy.
My son had one. It got stolen in the locker room. Since those are all payments, I'm going to move to approve payment of purchase orders and travel claims.
I'll second that.
Ronk moved, has seconded to approve payment of purchase orders and travel claims. All those in favor?
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
Bob is absent.
Motion carried. Blanket purchase orders.
I make a motion to approve.
I will second that. Ronk moved, has seconded to approve blanket purchase orders. All those in favor?
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
Bob is absent.
Motion carried.
You didn't sign any of them up there. They're district.
Oh, because they're District 1.
Well, are we,
My dad used to always say whoever signs for it has to pay for it.
there you go. Here's District 2 and you didn't sign.
Well, I figured while you were at it.
Ah, I see.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was just going to let Max catch up.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, item D, resolution 2018-147. Revised resolution number 2018-147A, competitive highway bridge project.
I make a motion to approve.
I second.
Four copies.
Okay.
I mean, she said 40, but I thought, well, I'll keep one original here.
Okay, she can come get that.
Okay.
Ronk moved, Hess seconded to approve the revised resolution 2018-147A for the competitive highway bridge project. All those in favor?
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
Bobbit absent.
Motion carried. Item E, notice of bidder number 27-2018.
Is there more then?
Yes.
Okay, I just signed the first one,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
6-month material bid. January 1, 2019 to June 30th, 2019. This is for corrugated metal, culvert pipe, new and used, asphalt, liquid asphalt, emulsion, rejuvenator sealer, slurry seal, crack seal, rock, crusher run rock, chips and screens, lumber, treated and untreated, creosoted pilings, bridge clips, nails, grater blades, used tank cars. This says tank cares,
Oh.
and steel deck flat cars. I'll let you
Okay.
put your John Henry on that.
Where's that?
Top, yeah.
I'm,
Let's say Mindy typed this, I don't know, or it's just a car, tank cars.
Yeah.
I make a motion that we go out for bids for a 6-month bid list for 27-2018.
I second. Ronk moved. Hess seconded to send out notice to bidders for number 27-2018 for the 6-month material bid, January 1, 2019 to June 30th of 2019. All those in favor?
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
Bobbit absent.
Motion carried. On that note, do we need to go out for bid for labor now? On a second thing, like put it up?
Okay, when I mentioned that at the, when I was at the conference and I brought that, they all looked at me like I was crazy.
Can you get clarification on that,
Yes.
please?
Yeah, I'd like to know because
I mean, it's not something we have to do next week, but
Right,
it
you
sure be
can-
nice to do before the first of the year.
Okay. Because I mentioned something about labor and they all just looked at me like, but I know that's what was said before.
I
Right? I mean, I'm
I
not
don't think-
dreaming that.
no, because I mean,
Okay.
all three of us have
yeah,
talked about that too.
Okay. Because I mean, we
Because
can
that
do
would
it as
be-
a separate bid and just do it next
That is
week.
so much easier of a way to get things done,
Mhm.
is to know you already got the bid out of them.
Okay.
Okay. Item F, settlement agreement between ACG Materials District 3 and Grant County Commissioners for the amount of $2,347.44. I was unable to get with a representative of ACG last week. I am supposed to this week, so no action. And if you'll just put that on next week, thank you. Item G, zoning letter to Branch Communication. It sounds like we've got somebody that's wondering if we have any zoning issues. Looks like Desi received an email last Tuesday from a gentleman by the name of Cole Talbot requesting a no zoning letterhead for new towers or adding antennas to an existing structure in Grant County. And so that's what this is stating.
okay, I make a motion to send a letter to Cole Talbot.
I second that. Hess moved, Ronk seconded to send this letter, zoning letter to Branch Communications. All those in favor?
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
Bobbit absent.
Motion carried. Okay. Item H, AirMed contract for fiscal year 2018-2019.
Right into there.
Is that a calendar year type deal? Because this says fiscal year 2018-2019.
Sure, but okay, so can I just put on there, I'll make note that it's calendar year?
Yes, yes, that's fine.
Good kid.
Is Donnie coming to that?
No, I don't think so.
He might have left the paperwork.
I bet he left the paperwork here.
Yeah.
I mean, it has been approved by Stephen. I went back through and did the list, and I also did, they had some typos, so I'm
Yes,
sending
and
the
I seen
typos.
changes, and that's all I seen too. So
Okay.
Okay,
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
On our end and their end.
Hess moved, Ronk seconded to approve the contract with AirMed for calendar year 2019.
Yes,
All those in favor?
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
Bob absent.
Motion carried unanimously.
So we have a total of 65.
Oh, okay. Would you mind putting that in the minutes?
$55 each, so $3,575.
3,570.
Do we pay that out of county general? That's what I thought.
There you go.
Okay, item I, bridge inspection invoice through 9/13/18 for District 2 and District 3 report of conference. It says all districts.
I didn't know for sure, because I
Yeah.
just thought, well, I'll cover my bases, because I didn't know.
All right, this is for doesn't say what district, but this invoice is for 235. No, this one says $2,826. So I move that we sign the bridge inspection invoice report of conference for districts 2 and 3.
I'll second that.
Ronk moved, Hess seconded to sign the invoice for District 2 and District 3 for report of conference. All those in favor?
Wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
Bob absent.
All motion carried. All right. Item J, road crossing permits.
No.
We have none.
Let's see, bridge owners. I'll sign for Cindy. I guess. That uniform with a sign. None, huh?
Item 8, new business. Max, do you have any new business?
No, thank you.
Cindy, new business.
Nope.
I have none as well. Item 9, commissioner's comment.
Go to Oklahoma City Wednesday for statewide CED meeting down there and the legislative meeting. Also, tomorrow we're meeting down at NODA, Division 4 representatives and 2 of Division 6 to vote on our CIRB changes, which
Right.
has to be done.
What time is that? I'm planning on
You know
going.
what? I think that's at 1:30.
1:30.
I believe it's at 1:30.
Okay.
I've got an agenda in my office.
Do you?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was planning on going. I just
I didn't
I'd
look
hate
at
to
the
get
time,
there.
but there is an agenda
I'd
on my
hate to-
desk.
get there at 2:30.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'll let you, if I can't find it.
Yeah, I'll just look at Cindy's agenda.
Okay, very good. I was gonna say, I got a deal in the mail, in my email, but I don't know what it's.
Now, on Wednesday, is that going to be a topic of discussion now at your statewide CED?
It's not on the agenda,
Okay.
but I don't know, you know. And with what we come to, when we talked to Donnie and everybody, when we had the meeting and it's all worked out, we think that we're okay with we've taken our allocation for 2 years to offset. We're right now, we've got this, we're 30% covered. If we have to go to 40%, then our allocation will cover that. So I think we're good to go.
Okay.
And it's not on their agenda that I know of.
Oh.
That's all I have.
I have nothing to add. Which brings us to item 10.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second. Let's move on, seconded to adjourn at 9:40. All those in favor?
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Yes.
Bob absent. I can't talk.
Just say aye, it's cold in here.
Since
It's
the
always-
meeting's over, can I ask why we were not told that auditors